Hi, we're 16 Cities. I'm Josiah, I'm lead singer and keyboard player.
I'm Josh, I'm rhythm guitar.
I'm Dustin, I play lead guitar and sing.
I'm Chad and I play drums. I'm Joel and I play the bass.
When we were thinking about a name for our band, we came across a verse in the Old Testament that talked about this ancient tribe of Israel called the tribe of Issachar. And they were the men who understood the times and the seasons for their generation. And you know, we always wanted to be a relevant band, writing songs that deal with the issues people are facing every day. So we actually were going through the Bible, found a verse that said that the inheritance of the tribe of Issachar were 16 cities.
So I'm trying to sing along. Looking up into the dark blue night, I'm in awe of your power.
We met as a band in high school. We all went, most of us went to the same public high school, 3,000 kids, and public high school, unchurched, all the Christians didn't even really know each other on campus at all. And so we felt like there was a need for some kind of ministry where we could get all the people together and celebrate what God is doing on our campus and really just bring unity to our campus. And so we started a group called Wednesday Morning Worship, where we'd get people together every Wednesday morning before school and get together and just worship together. And so we started doing that every week for 3 years, and we'd have most weeks we'd have about 100 kids coming to come and just worship God. And we saw just a radical transformation on our campus where there was disunity and people not connected together. All of a sudden there was a passion for Christ on our campus and just an excitement to go reach out to our school. And so we did that, like I said, for 3 years. And when we graduated, we really felt God had put just a passion in our hearts for music and to reach out to young people. And so we decided that the best way to continue doing that was to start a band and to go out and travel the country and spread, you know, just the vision that He's given to us.
We've always wanted to be the kind of band that was relevant, you know, that wrote songs and did ministry that spoke into the things people are dealing with every single day. And our mission statement is to be a relevant voice to our generation, pointing them to a real God. And how that plays out, we still don't really know. It's a daily journey of trusting God. But we know that as long as we serve people and love others and trust that God has a plan for our band and our ministry, and that we just go out there and do His will, we know that He's got great things in store. Being on the road can be really hard. You know, you're away from your family and your friends and your church. It can be really hard sometimes to stay focused and to remember why it is that you started doing this.
I think one of the biggest things that we have to realize is that, you know, we are a band of brothers and that we can lean on each other. And I think one of the most spiritually healthy things that we have done is learned how to tell each other what's going on and to really rely on each other when things are down and to lift each other up.
I think the best way for us to stay relevant and remember why it is that we're doing what we're doing is to serve and to get to know the people that we're with. To not just do ministry on the stage, but to do ministry off the stage. To be Jesus to the kids, not just as a rock band on the stage, but as their friends and as a role model. And you know, I think the best way we can stay spiritually relevant is to talk with kids, to get to know them, to do ministry right next to them.
And I think daily we have to remind ourselves why we're here. I mean, it's all about bringing yourself back into perspective of, I'm here because God's called me to be here, and I'm here to serve people, and I'm here to show God's love to people. And I think we can keep ourselves accountable that way, and we can see in the kids' eyes whether or not we're doing that.
It's a daily prayer for us to say, God, if this ever becomes about anything but you, just knock us down, remove us, because it's got to constantly be about Him. It's got to be about bringing glory to God and connecting people with their Maker. You know, it's never been about a band or about a song or about music. It's about Jesus Christ. And I think that's our prayer every day is, God, if it ever becomes about us, knock us off our pedestal, you know, because it's all about you.
I love the way the stars shine for you, and every single mountain bows down. I love the way the universe is.
So our band, you know, travels all over the country all the time, and we're often lost somewhere in the middle of the mountains. And we have this GPS that leads us. It guides us everywhere we go. And we download different voices for it, you know, all the time. And Josh the other day downloaded this voice. It's a Yeti. And, you know, normally you'll have this cool voice being like, right turn ahead, you know, something like that. But this just growls at you. And maybe, Joel, could you give us a little Yeti voice? Yeah, just like that.
That means turn left.
So we've been learning how to speak Yeti. In fact, we've even been asking fans if, you know, they could find or make us a little Yeti doll that we could put in our, you know. But there's nothing better than driving down the road and all of a sudden you hear, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then you know to turn left.
Or right.
Or right.
Or turn around because you missed the last instruction.
If there's one thing you should know about 16 Cities, we just can't keep animals alive on the road. We've tried time and time again. In fact, one time we had this fish. She was a little beta fish, and her name was Marilyn.
She was white and she had a little...
Yeah, so we called her Marilyn.
It's true.
And we took her on tour with us, and she survived like almost the whole tour, which, you know, that's pretty good for a band, to keep a fish alive for a whole tour. But then we got home, and we were really, really tired. You know, we got home late at night, and we didn't really talk about who was going to take Marilyn home. And so we left her, and she froze to death.
Yeah, fish popsicle. It's awesome.
Yep.
So then we told some kids at one of our shows about this experience with our Marilyn fish. And they decided it'd be a good idea to buy us yet another fish.
Give us a second chance.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Redemption.
And this fish's name was Grover.
Yes.
Grover lasted 2 days. And he froze
Which
during a
in fish
sound
years
check.
is not... Is that more or less?
Oh, he lived an exciting life though. You know, he got to go on tour for 2 full
I
days.
think he saw like 4 or 5 states. More than most fish.
Right. Probably more famous than the average beta fish has ever been.
So true.
All the world is singing.
I got a story. Okay, so one time we were driving the van somewhere really far north. I think it was Montana, maybe. And anyway, it's the middle of the night, and most of us were sleeping in the van, and Josh was driving.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, we hear him just like, "What is that? What is that?" And so we all wake up, and we're looking out the window, and in the sky, just way up there, was this giant glowing...
Angel of the Lord.
It was Mary, actually.
And before
We
I
didn't
woke
know
them
that.
up,
That's true.
before I woke them up, I was legitimately terrified. Like it looked like it should be like where the moon is in the sky. Seriously, that high above you and far away, but it was glowing and massive and weird shaped. And I thought it was like a UFO or something crazy. It was not where it should be.
We spent a whole 5 minutes trying to get 3G coverage so that we could Google about it to find out what it was we were looking at.
It's true. We looked it up, and we found out it was Our Lady of the Mountains of the Rockies.
She's a 90-foot tall statue of the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, lit up.
Was this in Billings or Bozeman or something?
It was in Montana somewhere.
Somewhere in
Montana.
Montana. Yeah.
So if you're ever driving through Montana and you see a giant glowing Virgin Mary in the sky, don't freak out. It's real.
The worst thing about this was that, like, it says that she's there to look over the city and to watch over you and give you comfort at night, and like, you know, she's like the guardian. And I would just be terrified to live there. Like, that was the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I think that's a fail thing happening there.
We love you, Montana.
You just download your 90-foot tall glowing Virgin Mary in the sky.
Your design.